Good afternoon. Welcome to the Node.js training by MindMajix. So let's start. So about MindMajix. So here we have 10 years plus experienced trainers. As you can see, then we have 100 and plus reputed corporates around the globe. Then we have 450k plus professionals who have got trained, certified, and who got benefited by this. Then we cover more than 500 plus technologies, delivering live online trainings, then corporate training, then self-paced videos, which will help you in your corporate things, and also delivering and increasing your expertise in technical things. Then we have industry ready and active certification based curriculum, like which will help to get certified. And once you're certified, so you will be in demand in the market, which will help you to get the job easily. Then we have 9+ years of experience serving e-learning industry. So this is all about MindMajix, and we believe in quality here. So you don't have to worry for any other thing. Let's move on to the next slide. So about me, so I'm going to be a Node.js trainer. I have more than 8+ years of experience, my professional experience. My designation in my current company is as a mean stack developer. Mean stack means your Mongo, Express, Node, Angular, which means I worked on both front end as well as back end, and I'm specialized in Node.js. Like my very favorite is Node.js. So on the back end part, um, I'm specialized in. So guys, in today's agenda for this demo is we'll be seeing this point, which is what is Node.js, then compilation in JavaScript, how it happens. Then I'm going to tell you some server-side concepts. Then we'll see why Node.js, and then some packaging concept. Okay, so let's start with the first point, which is what is Node.js. Okay, so for that, I'll be writing something so that it will be easy for you guys to understand. So Node.js, we all know it is nothing but server-side language. Okay, I'm writing in very simple terms so that you guys find it very easy to understand. It is a server-side language, first of all. Second, in more simple terms, if I have to explain what is Node.js, it is nothing but JavaScript on backend or server side. So what happened in traditional or previous days, Java, you're not allowed to write JavaScript on backend or server side. Okay, but now then this is the limitation. So what JavaScript community has does, they have allowed you to write JavaScript on backend or server side also using this language, which is Node.js. So in simple terms, JavaScript which you write on backend or server side is nothing but your Node.js. Okay, in simple terms. So I hope now with these 2 points, at least you get an idea in simple terms what is Node.js. Right. Now let's come back to our slide. Second thing is compilation in JavaScript. Okay. Now this is also an important topic. It might sounds very basic, but trust me, most of the people don't know these basic concepts. So let's see if I ask a simple question like this. This is one HTML file, and you guys know that if you have to write JavaScript code in this, you write it like this, right, using the script tag. Then I close this script tag, and it will be like this. Okay, so imagine this is the .html file. In that I have written some JavaScript code. Now what will happen when I double click on this file? It is .html, so it will open this file in the browser, right, because it's an .html file, and whatever you have written, it will execute. But do you know what will happen in the background? Like if you click on this process, then it will execute it. So how that execution happens? So here in JavaScript, for other languages we have compiler, but in JavaScript we have a term called as embedded engines. Embedded engines. Okay, so each browser has some embedded engines associated with it. So these embedded engines helps browser to understand the JavaScript code which you're writing. Okay, so let's say if you are using Google Chrome browser. Okay, so in Google Chrome we have V8 engine. If you are using Firefox, then for Firefox we have Spider Monkey. Okay, our intention is not to understand which browser uses which engine, but just to show you guys that any browser you use, each browser has some embedded engines which will help you to understand the JavaScript code, and these engines run that code. Okay, so at least now you have the idea that how compilation works. Okay, so with the help of this machine, the compilation is executed in JavaScript. Okay, in simple terms. One more important and basic point for your information is browser understands only JavaScript. Okay, this is also a point to remember because most of the people don't know these basic things also. So browser understands only JavaScript. Okay, so now in simple terms, now you have an idea how compilation works here. Coming back to the next topic, which is server side concept. So server side concepts, like, I mean, it's nothing but simple things like, okay, so how this server and client works. So this is very basic. This is client, let's say, and this is server. So if I had to give you a real-time example in technical world how it is, let's say on client side it can be, let's say, Angular JS, which is your client side language, and server side language will be your Node.js. So what happen, whenever you make any request from Angular to Node, it will go here. Okay, and what the server will do, server will send that data to the front end. So it's a two-way process, client server. So this is the latest technology example I'm giving you. Front end we are using Angular JS in most of the applications, and server which is a Node.js. So Node.js, Angular request for some data to the server. Server will give some data to the front end, which is your Angular. I'm not going much deep into this now because it's a demo one. But in the class, when we will see that time, we are going to explore this in details. Okay. Now, another thing, why Node.js? Now, this is also an important and very good point. So we have seen that Node.js is nothing but, I told you, JavaScript on server side, right? Now the main question comes, why? Because you see on backend side, anyways, we are using Java, we have Python, we have PHP, we have many languages which you can use on server side. Then why Node.js? So the very important reason is Node.js is Node.js is a very lightweight language. Okay, Node.js is a very lightweight language. So what happens for other technologies? It has some inbuilt libraries and modules which will increase the size. But in case of Node.js don't have too much of inbuilt things. Whatever you want, okay, so you have to install it. So by default, nothing comes in that. Whatever you want, any packages you need, you have to manually install it. Okay, that's the beauty of Node.js. It's very lightweight. And second thing you can say, many inbuilt package support, which means, let's say you want to build any functionality, anything. So for that we have inbuilt packages in Node.js. So which when you install, it will help you to do your work. So you don't have to do too much of manual work. Everything is available. So you can say the plugin documentation library part of Node.js is more. That's why you see we use Node.js. And second thing, one more reason is like many people are fond of using JavaScript. So it is JavaScript on backend. So let's say you're working on JavaScript in your early days, then you worked on Angular, which is also a JavaScript framework. Now, if you want to carry the same JavaScript without learning any new language, so using Node.js, you can do that. So you don't have to learn any other language. So using one language, you can work on 3 different frameworks. So this is also an add-on thing in this. Okay. So I hope now in basic you understood why there is Node.js. Then we have compilation part, how it executes. We see in the embedded engines concept. Then I told you some basic things, client server thing, and then why Node.js. Okay, now coming back to the next thing, which is packaging concept. So in packaging concept, if you see here, this is nothing but, as I tell you, uh, in Node.js we have one package.json file. Okay, so package.json, the extension of this file is .json, which means everything contained in this file must be in the form of key and value pair, right? JSON means what? It's a JSON object notification. Information contained in this file will be in the form of key and value. Let's say ID1. So here ID is your key and 1 is your value. So information contained in this file will be this. And this packet.json is the inbuilt file in Node.js. Okay, this file contains the list of dependencies of all your Node.js project. So as I said you, whatever the packages, any external libraries or any external plugin which you are using in your project, entries of all those packages, libraries, plugin will be listed into this file, which is package.json. Okay, and this will be there in Node.js, so you don't have to worry. So this is this package concept, packaging thing, and anything which you want to install. So for that we have one basic command which is npm install. Let's say I want to install bootstrap, so this, it is this command. So here you might have seen npm is nothing but your node package manager. So this node package manager, it comes inbuilt in Node.js. Okay, and this npm helps you to install, it will helps you to install packages in Node.js. So using this tool npm, which is already there inbuilt in Node.js, it will help you to install the packages like bootstrap, jQuery, anything which you want using this tool. So this is also an add-on and new feature in Node.js. So whenever you install any package, the entry of this package gets inserted into this file. And I told you this file contains a list. Okay, so it will all be maintained automatically by Node.js. You don't have to do anything manual. You just have to run this command. That's it, and everything will be taken care of by the Node.js. Okay, I can understand these points might be, you'll be getting little confused, but uh, more things we will explore when we see in the actual class. That time I'm going to see you some practical stuffs. Here just for the basic understanding, I'm not going in much depth, so I think this is enough for that. Okay, so we have seen this is how packaging things work. Okay, now after completing these topics, if you move to the next slide. Yeah, so about the course curriculum now. So if you see in this Node.js curriculum, we are going to demystifying Node.js, which means we are going to see some basics. I'm going to tell you like why it is there, what are some basic concept terminologies in Node.js, and all the things which you are going to see in this curriculum. It will be all practical based. So it's not like I'm going to give you some theoretical notes and all. No, whatever we are going to learn, it's all practical, because if you guys are joining this course, so which means you have to get some outcome, right? Otherwise you can learn these things by yourself also on net. But here in this Node.js training at MindMajix, you will be getting some practical stuff to learn. So it's my duty to get the things done from you. So everything will be in practical format. Okay, practical assignments and all. So if you see here the topics, we'll be setting some Node.js environment. Then I'll be explaining you some Node.js module. Okay, what are that, what are the inbuilt one, how to create your own also. Then node package manager, I'll just tell you now before in the before slide in short. Then we are going to create our basic web server. Okay, like how to create a basic server, how server sends the response to the client. This we are going to see, and I'll repeat again, it's all we are going to see in practical. Okay, then REST API. REST API also, this is the very very important part in Node.js, because this is why you use backend. So REST API we are going to see all get, post, delete, update, how to create those APIs. Then we are going to see what is asynchronous Node.js, what is synchronous concept, what is asynchronous in Node.js. Then I'll be also telling you the file system part, which what is the file system, what is the module, how to call it, how to call its various functions. Okay. Then we are going to see events in Node.js. What are the inbuilt events? How that event module cycle works. Then we have Express.js. Now, this Express.js is nothing but it is an, you can say, framework of Node.js. Okay, so this Express.js we are going to install. I'm going to tell you how to install that, how to do it, what are the inbuilt functions of Express.js which we are going to use to connect to the server. So everything of this we are going to see in this course. Okay, then database connectivity, of course, because if you're using server, so database is going to be there. Okay, and in this course of Node.js, database side we are going to use the latest database which is in demand now in the market, which is your MongoDB. So with Node.js we are going to use Express.js and MongoDB. So if you see in this course, you are not only learning Node.js, but you are learning MongoDB also, a database, and Express.js, which is a framework of Node.js. So you are learning 2 3 extra things with this, so which is an add-on. Okay, then streams and buffer, and we are going to do a to-do app development, like you are entering something, then it will add to the database, it will fetch, you can delete that also. So this basic app we are going to create, in this course. And then at the end I'm going to tell you some practice tests and interview questions, like if some of you want to apply for the job after this course, so you don't have to prepare separate. It will help you in this course to prepare for that also. So you don't have to do anything. Only thing which you want to give in this course is your 100% input. Okay, rest you leave up to me. It's my duty to get the things done from you. Okay, now training introduction. So if you see in this Node.js training introduction, the duration will be approx 12 to 15 hours. To be very frank, it varies from student to student, but still on an approx you can imagine it will be 12 to 15 hours, but it's not hard and fast. Like I'll see if you're getting, if you're not getting, then I'll repeat it for you. But average time it will take it this. Okay. For the timing thing, like it varies. Like we have some students from foreign countries, some from other countries. So timing things for that you have to contact MindMajix. Okay, so they will tell you that. Fees also it depends. So MindMajix will tell you that for these things. Okay, and this course includes, like I divided this course into some parts. Okay, so first part will be basics. We'll be covering like the concept which will be requiring for Node.js. Second part will be client server connection, like as I mentioned you, which is very very important in it, how the client server connection works, like sending requests from client to server, then how server reacts to it, and all this in practical terms. Okay, then we are going to see in part 3 basics of Express.js and MongoDB. As I said, we are going to see some query of MongoDB, like how the query works, how data is inserted in database. We are going to see all these practically. Then we are going to create some CRUD API of combine 3, Node.js, MongoDB, Express.js. Okay, we are going to create some APIs, and for that we are going to use an Postman tool. Then we are also going to see in part 5 JWT token authentication part, which is very very important. Okay, so you worked on any project, you will require this. Okay, so this also we are going to see in depth how this token works and all. Okay, then validation, like it should be input, it should be strings, all this request which is coming to the server, you have to validate it before entering into the session. So validation also we are going to see. And I repeat, all these parts topics which we are going to see in Node.js, it's all going to be practical based. Okay, I'm going to explain and execute the things at mine, and then I'm going to give you some assignments to do at your level. So it will be all practical based. And one more thing, all the topics which you see here, these I have customized for you guys, so that at the end, after completion of this training, you will be practically able to work on any industrial Node.js project. Okay, and it will help you for your interviews also. Good. Now coming to the next slide, which is Node.js training in the market. So as you guys see, Node.js developers in huge demand because of their ability to work on backend with the latest framework. As I tell you, any company you go, you must require server side things, right? And they will need backend developers. And in that, if you know Node.js, it will be a plus for you, because uh, you can work on Node.js, which is in demand with the latest framework, which means you are using JavaScript in that. So which is very good. Second, it's the need of the hour in backend part, as I said. Most of the companies use Node.js because it's lightweight, and their future earlier project it is in Node.js. So to carry on and to extend that project, they hire Node.js developers. It will, it's a need of the hour. Then multiple job opportunities in the market for you, as you can apply as a backend developer, database developer. Why? Because in this course of Node.js, you are also learning MongoDB. So database part also you are going to learn. So you can apply as a database also. So using one, you are in fact learning other things also. So which will indirectly help you. Then unlike other courses, you will be trained in both Node.js MongoDB together, which in itself is a use plus. Other courses take only one language, but in this course with Node.js, you are learning MongoDB, Express.js, and other server technology concepts. So which will be add on to your skill. And of course, the last point, your technical expertise will increase, of course, because as I said, you're not learning only one thing, you're learning numerous things, and that too practically. The reason I'm telling this word most because I've seen other people what they do, they just do copy and paste from net and they give theoretical things. Here it's all going to be execution or practical things so that you do it better. Anything which you want to learn in IT sector, it's by doing practical. The more you do practical, the more you will get to know how it works and more you commit mistakes and then you learn from those mistakes. This is how it works here in MindMajix. Okay. Then now, Node.js certifications. As of now, you guys might aware or most of you don't know also. So there is OpenJS Foundation for that, which gives you verified certificate for Node.js. Then one more certificate which you will get from MindMajix only for after completing this Node.js training. So which will be given by MindMajix to you after completion of this training. And trust me, guys, this is also the certificate offered by this institution is also of importance because it will depicts and showcase that you have completed your course in Node.js and not only completed, but you are actually developed. Most of the people, what they do, they just do the certificate just for the sake of name. But no, this certification is different. Okay, here you will be practically trained. So it means it will really show the worth and it will help you to get the jobs and the future things. So it will really help you for that. So this is a demo like how the MindMajix core certification will look like, and this will add like if you are looking for any jobs and if you have this certificate, so it will make your job easy. It will help you to get the jobs because you already have the certificates, which will tell that you know Node.js already. You have done some practicals project in that, so that will be easy for you guys. This is how it looks. Okay, and it will be officially given by MindMajix to you. And MindMajix in itself is a huge brand in IT sector for trainings and all. We are training money, corporate, and all those things. So it's recognizable by most of the corporate offices. Coming to the next topic. So in this Node.js training, some random topics of the course. So I'll be taking some random topics, which is synchronous and asynchronous calling, and one is callbacks. So let's say this. So if I have to show you synchronous and asynchronous, okay, synchronous and asynchronous calling. Okay, so if you see here, what is synchronous? So I'll give you a simple example. Let's say on the first line, I am reading let file equal to new. Don't go on the syntax. I'm just writing a simple demo code, demo.txt. Okay, now here, this is the first line, and the second line, I'm writing console.log to print something. Okay, hello. So this is my JavaScript code. I have written 2 lines of code. So what happened? Now imagine the size of this file is very big. Okay, there are 50 to 60,000 records in this file. So when you write this code, what do you think? First line will execute and then it will execute the second line, right? But in this case, there is one drawback. If the file size is more, so it will execute this line first and then only it will execute this step by step. So this pattern is called as synchronous training. Synchronous, what you can say, calling. Okay, because it is executing step by step. No matter how much the big file size is, it will execute this and then only it will take this. Even if the second line takes less time, it will execute at the end. Okay, this is synchronous. But the drawback is here I told you, if the file size is big, it will not come to the second line unless and until it finish the execution of this. On the other hand, synchronous is vice versa, asynchronous, which means what it do, even if the file size is big, it will leave the pointer concept here and it will execute the second line which takes less time. So you're getting in asynchronous, if the line is taking more time to execute, so what Node.js do, it leave the pointer there and then it executes the below line which is taking less time, okay, so that it can execute the below part. So this is about the Node.js, synchronous and asynchronous. So now you can see from this, asynchronous is good because it's not blocking the execution of your code. It's very easy and good. And Node.js is all about asynchronous calling. Second thing, you see callbacks. So callbacks, if I told you, it is nothing but a way of execution of your code. It's more related to the asynchronous part. Asynchronous part here. Okay. So whatever you're writing, as I said, it will not wait for your code. Okay, and it will execute. So callbacks, most of the part are related to the asynchronous thing. I'm not going much deep here because syntax and all might make you confused. So as a simple terms, you can see that callbacks, Node.js, let me write it for you. Node.js heavily uses callbacks, okay, which means a function inside a function, okay, to do your job. It's a nested function. Sometimes it's not good also. All these things in deep we are going to see in the class using practicals, but as a demo point of view, just understood, callbacks are nothing but a function inside a function which do your asynchronous part, which means it will execute 2 3 things at the same time, not blocking the execution of your code, in simple terms. Okay, now moving back to the next slide, projects. So in this Node.js training project, we will demonstrate you one project. The project will be creation of REST API CRUD using Postman tool. As it's a backend language, so we are not going to do anything in the front end. So in the backend project here, which means there's a tool Postman. Most of you might be aware of this. Using this tool, we use to check and submit the request whether it is giving you the output or not. So we are going to use this Postman tool, which will be a new learning for you. And this tool is used by many industrial corporates and in the many industrial companies to see if your backend API which you have created in Node.js, it is working or not. So using this tool, I'm going to show you how it works. Okay, and REST API we are going to create. So we are going to create the API and we are going to hit this API from this tool, and when we submit, so it will enter the data into the database. So everything will be given in this. It's related to the backend part. So this will really help you when you work in industrial project, because in industrial companies, industrial projects, this is what you do exactly. We have to do like this only. So we are going to say this. So when you go to any company for the job, so this will really help you there. You don't have to learn anything from the start. You are already knowing these things here. So this is a big plus. Okay. Then regarding Node.js Training Lab setup, yeah, so prerequisites is like you must know basics of JavaScript. This is good to have, but let me tell you one more thing. Even if you don't know, even if you are a beginner and you don't know JavaScript also, if you know little bit, still it is okay. But I'm saying it is good to have if you know it. If you don't know, then we have to learn little bit of JavaScript also, which is required, but not an issue. That will be by default covered in this. Okay. System requirement, minimum 4 GB RAM, i3 processor. Why? Because we are going to run Node.js server. So it will be good if you have minimum 4 GB RAM and i3 processor, so that it will not hang your system. Okay. Then we have some Node.js training additional courses like resources. So this link, if you see here, the first one, this is the official Node.js docs links. In this official Node.js organization documentation, whatever you need regarding from installation setup to various concepts, various libraries, packages using Node.js, you will find here. So both of the link here, you will see it is used for that only. So some additional resources just for to increase your knowledge in Node.js, and most of these resources I'll be sharing in the class also. So I'll be sharing some external stuff for you to to increase your knowledge. These things we'll be sharing more in the actual course. Then also, as I said, I'll be taking your mock interviews, and as a part of assignment, I'll be giving some assignment questions also. So let's say we complete one lecture. After that, I'll be giving some practical questions, some interview questions to you. So at the end, then we will see whatever things we have completed in Node.js. I'm going to take some mock interviews for that. Some examples of the questions I have mentioned here, like what is callback hell, then what is blocking, non-blocking. Right now, you might be thinking what are these terms, but all these things will be, understandable and very simple to sounds very simple to you after completion of this training. Okay, so you don't have to prepare separately for interviews. It will be prepared in this course only, and then at the end I'll be taking one mock interview, and I'll see if I ask you how, in which manner you are answering, then I'll help you in that also, that you don't have to answer it like this, you have to answer it like this. So in short, I will prepare you for the interview, so you don't have to do anything for that. So this will be also taken care of in this course. Okay, then demo questionnaire, like any doubts regarding the subject, course timing, resource allocation, you can discuss with MindMajix, and you can feel free to drop your query at info@mindmajix.com. So this is our official email ID. Anything doubt you have, you see the below the below sides there are numbers also. You can directly contact them. If you have any inquiries, any doubt, you can write mail also at info@mindmajix.com regarding course timing, resource allocation, if you how many people you are, regarding the subject, we have multiple trainings. So you can, any doubt, anything you have, you can contact MindMajix. So that's it, guys. Thank you. So appreciate your feedback, which will improve us in delivering qualitative trainings further. So I hope you like it, and in the course, you don't have to worry. You will see the differences in few lectures only. So thank you, guys. Thanks for your time. Thank you.